Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. Hope you're all well. Let me just sort this camera out. Not sure what the lighting's like. It might be a bit dazzling. Excuse me. Got a couple of hiccups. I've had food and I've had beer and I've had a bit more food takeaway, and now I'm having another beer, and I've just had discussions with the partner in the house about shit, and you know, let's end it there. Let's end it, you know, like most conversations, possibly when you split up with people, get a bit heated. I wouldn't say it was majorly heated, but anyway. Right, let's go on with this beer review. Apologies for going on to that. Right, we're looking at another beer now that I picked up from the Craft Beer Cave in Penryn Bay. On the way to Llandudno if you're coming into North Wales, or if you're coming out of North Wales, it's just past Llandudno. It's a cracking little place. It's like a little hut shack stroke. I can imagine it must, I reckon before they took it over, it was probably a little Chinese takeaway or something. That's what I can imagine it was. But we got a beer that I picked up from them. So let's stop waffling. £5.95. So you're thinking £6, okay, what beer is this? Well, you know, you might be a little bit surprised. And I've got to admit, I am wondering whether I've done this before, whether this was one that I've had in the past, but it is a collaboration beer from Polly's Brewco out of Mould, which is sort of North Wales, and Northern Monk. But I don't think it was. I had a DIPA, didn't I, from them. But what we got is a double IPA called Electric Feel, and it's coming in at 8.3% ABV. There we go. It's typical Polly's kind of Brewco branding. There we go. You've got the Polly's. We go round, very kind of simple. It's got the Northern Monk branding on the front of the can. So, £5.95, 8.3% double IPA. I can't help but feel, I would like to think this is going to be all right, but is it at 8.3% at £5.95 that is sold in, you know, a bottle shop thing? I kind of think that feels cheap or reasonably priced or very reasonably priced, and then you start thinking, well, actually, is the quality that good? That we don't know yet. That we will have to find out. So, without any further ado, now I do have a Polly's glass, but I am going to put it in the old White Hag glass because I've just literally reviewed, well, about an hour ago, Gravity Well beer, New England IPA, but I'm going to put it in the White Hag glass. So Polly's Northern Monk collaboration Electric Feel double IPA coming in at 8.3%, £5.95 from the Craft Beer Cave, Penryn Bay. Let's get it cracked open. Has got a bit of a chill on it. That is one tight ring pull. Get a baby in me old age. So yeah, let's get bored. Apologies for the waffle to start. You know me. I kind of need a little bit of waffle to get me going. And at the moment, there's things going on in my life, and that tends to be the waffle. It's probably not the waffle that I should be talking about, but it does come out. So the fact, you know, some of you might say, oh, I'm not interested, Baz, but the fact that I can kind of air it and get a little bit off my chest without being too disrespectful helps me. Anyway, Polly's Northern Monk Electric Feel double IPA in a glass. Now that looks very bright on there, but if I'm honest, I wouldn't say that is the biggest, haziest looking double IPA I've ever had. And straight away, I'm looking at that now, and you're thinking £5.95. Is this something that will probably get released in the supermarket at £4, £4.50, and be very average? At the moment, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking yes. I'm thinking yes. There's not a lot there inspiring me, but let's hold judgment. Looks can be deceiving, price can be deceiving. Let's have a sniffers. Yeah, it's not full on double IPA territory, not for me. A few years ago, at the moment, at £6, if I'm honest, I'd have been saying that's very underwhelming. That said, we've not tried it. It does all come down to the taste, but it does look kind of light. It does look kind of slightly hazy, not hazy enough. So I'm kind of thinking the body isn't going to be massively great. I'm also thinking that maybe the flavours are going to be very sort of diluted. Let's stop talking. There we go. That's the beer we're looking at. Let's give it a taste, see what we get. Cheers. First impression, almost, when I put my lips in that and tasted it, synthetic. That is what it feels like. Does it feel like a supermarket double IPA? Yeah, it does. It's got that taste to it. Anyway, we'll move on to that. .3. Oh god, that's fucking, that is nasty, to be honest. That's as much as I want to be nice to it. There's flavour in there for me that almost makes it feel King Crush, I think it is. I think that one double IPA Brewdog brought out. At the moment, I'm thinking this is a supermarket double IPA that isn't very fucking good, and I've paid £6 for it. Let's go again. Nice body on the beer. Is it a nice body for an 8.3% double IPA? It's nowhere near what it should be, in my opinion. Carbonation minimal, smoothish, nice mouthfeel, really a nice easygoing mouthfeel. There's nothing there really. You're not getting a big carbonation hit. You're not getting a roughness about it. There is a smoothness about this beer. Oh no, that's fucking rough. I think that's not quite right for me. It's a date gone. Even if it is, it shouldn't be fucking that far gone. For me, it's got that harsh, nasty bitterness to it. That over the top kind of thing. It's got an artificial sort of flavouring, and that's where I would say the harshness is coming from in the bitterness. I think there's something that's not a full-on hop thing. There's additives in there. It's almost got a nasty sweetness to it, which I don't like. You know, and it's easy to say, oh well, you did point that out, £5.95. I think you're just looking for it. I'm not. But I think at £5.95 you can't help but pick out these bits. That really ain't very nice. To me, that's supermarket. Oh yeah, it just feels like someone's put some kind of tropical squash in there. That's how it feels. And it feels like it's overpowering. Any flavour in that beer, for me, isn't from hops. What they've done is put a few hops in there and then whacked a bit of Robinson's or something in it. It ain't pleasant. Really ain't pleasant. No, I love a double IPA. I've even had disappointing double IPAs from America that have been maybe lighter than I would have expected, but what they haven't had is that nasty cordial feel to them, and for me that is exactly what this has got. 8.3%. Oh, it's fucking, oh there, it's just fucking That just ain't nice. That really ain't nice. I mean, do you get that 8.3%? I don't know, because I think that nastiness in the beer fucking takes over, and you actually forget about the alcohol. The beer tastes so bad that you forget about the alcohol. This is a really poor double IPA in my opinion. Polly's should be ashamed of themselves. I think this it feels like a supermarket nasty double IPA. And once again, I'm going to hark back to the fact that they're selling this in a craft beer shop, bottle shop, at £5.95. You go back 5 years ago when you were buying a fucking decent craft double IPA, you were paying £6 then. Things have gone up, you know, and some people say, "Oh, I ain't paying that for it." You notice the difference. As far as I'm concerned, that is just a fucking supermarket double IPA that supermarkets are banging out £4.50 odd, right? And even at £4.50, I would say that was shit. Obviously, I'm not going to blame the craft beer cave. They're going to make their bit on it, obviously, and they've got to run a business. But it ain't worth £4.50. If that was the case, that you'd see it in the supermarket, and you can fucking guarantee, sure as hell, that ain't worth £5.95. That, I'm going to be brutally honest, that's a fucking shit double IPA. I've had fucking way much better many times before. Polly's Brewco, Northern Monk, Electric Field, double IPA. Avoid it like the plague. You might as well go to the fucking supermarkets, buy something from Tiny Rebel, because that is the feeling generally that you get from that beer. It's not worth £5.95. If you've had this beer before, let me know your thoughts on it. Apologies for the rant. If you have stayed along this long, a massive thank you. Give the video a thumbs up. Give the channel a sub. That's it for this one. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you again soon. Hopefully on a beer review where I'm actually quite happy afterwards. But that one is shit.